What is modern day male initiation? You gotta smoke toad venom in the jungle of Colombia. You gotta have some guy who's way bigger than you punch you in the face. You gotta go to Burning Man. You gotta be in an open relationship. You gotta wear a weird colored shirt and study pickup artist stuff or whatever that is. If that's still a thing, I guess it is, unfortunately. Not that long ago, there was actual male initiations. Is that the way it should be? It's still talked about from time to time? Maybe. You can get a new tattoo, and does that actually make you a man? Does that change something? What I found is I don't think we really live in a time of male initiation where you go out in the woods when you're 15 years old and you have this one thing and this defining point in your life where you're now a man. You could. Maybe you're watching this and you're in some tribe on the other side of the globe. I'm in South America right now. Maybe you're in Africa. I don't know. Being initiated as a man is really just a series of choices, leadership, and personal responsibility. I've had different relationships, and on the flip side, different breakups. Those initiated me into manhood in different levels. There wasn't one of them that made me become a man. Well, there was one that stands out pretty significantly, more than all the rest. You can decide to finally lose the weight, and maybe you've lost some of the weight. Maybe you've lost 40 pounds and there's another 40 pounds to go. That part of that was initiating you into manhood. And there's a deeper level of initiation. There is no initiation, or probably never has been in the history of manhood, without challenge. Without being challenged to do something uncomfortable. I was messaging someone today about this very topic. Sometimes God, the universe, whatever you believe in, it presents these unique times in our life. When we have a breakup, something goes bad financially, we lose money, we have to move all of a sudden, and we can look at these things as these horrible experiences. And what if those are actually forms of initiation? What if you're per se earning your stripes right now in what feels like your deepest, darkest time? You just turned 40, you just turned 50. Maybe your girlfriend or wife just left you. You just lost your job, or you find out, man, your industry is gonna disappear soon. You're a conscious meaning maker, well, as soon as you decide to be, by making it conscious, by having a level of awareness to go, you get to decide what this means. What if this thing that you're going through right now in life that seems harder than maybe anything you've ever faced is what's bringing you to the next level of being a man? One of the most painful things as a guy is to not confront yourself. Paradoxically, a very painful thing as a guy is to confront yourself. You can read all the personal development books in the world. You can have a dictionary in your garage bigger than Tai Lopez. Most of that is a waste of time. Most of the podcasts we listen to, again, read a bunch of books, audiobooks especially, podcasts, it ends up being a waste of time. It's not useless, but if we think listening to a podcast while we drive on a long commute to work is really gonna change us deeply as a person, it's probably not. You could put it more maybe in the same category as educational music. Again, I listen to podcasts, not a judgment about podcasts. There's no really looking at yourself, or no spark or journey of an initiation by listening to a podcast or reading a book. Challenge, confrontation. And by the way, you might hear the word confrontation, you might think of how men in your family or your dad treated you, or you were sexually abused as a young boy or whatever, and that can seem scary. As men, we do need to be confronted. We need to be in a good space with healthy dudes who can love us and also challenge us. But if we're not confronted, we shrink as guys. We lose our testicular fortitude, AKA we lose our balls over time. And we can blame the feminist movement. We can blame our ex-girlfriend. We can blame our ex-wife because she stole the money or she cheated. But we choose to miss out on these opportunities of growth. And that's really what a male initiation is. I mean, think you hear these stories. Okay, these guys at 12 years old, at 15 years old, they had to go. What tribe was it I was watching? They do like organic bungee jumping, where they tie some vines or some shit around their ankles and jump out of a fucking tree. And then sometimes you die, sometimes you swing. It's interesting, but it's a challenge. Might not make sense if you're watching this and you're in Europe, Canada, the States, South America. Like, that's a little intense. You get to decide, and if you don't, man, it's fucking way worse. You get to decide, hopefully, how and when and where you get to confront yourself. And you have to put yourself in an environment where confrontation arises. The topic this week that's come up in some of my talks has been, guys that have been sexually abused as children. Some people don't want to talk about that. I went through that myself. I did a lot of work to heal that, some stuff in therapy, a ton of stuff with ayahuasca. Some people don't want to talk about that. I think it's very healing and gets rid of the shame to do it. But with having that confrontation, let's call it loving confrontation, there's plant medicine, there's ayahuasca, there's many different medicines. Ayahuasca, I would say, is one of the best. Of trying most of them on this sphere of the world, ayahuasca, there's some other ones that stand out. But to have a loving confrontation, holding up a mirror and having to see yourself. You can decide to initiate yourself and go, you know what, man, I know I do a lot of goofy shit, or I'm smoking weed and I shouldn't be, I'm drinking, or I'm addicted to these pills. The doctors say I have this. Maybe I gotta stop taking these things. They make me feel good, but they make me feel bad. And you can sit in front of the mirror for 10, 20 minutes, 3 times a week and just see what comes up. You don't need ayahuasca. If it calls to you, answer the call. But sitting with you in front of the mirror can be a very beautiful, a very confronting thing. Seeing how much you love yourself, seeing things about yourself you hate, that you judge, that you wish you would have done differently, that you're surprised, you think you should be further because you're X years old, you should have more money, you should have had the wife, you should have had the kids, whatever comes up. As men, it's imperative to choose initiations. Maybe consciously, maybe not so much. Maybe you sign up for a program. I chose one years ago. I joined a men's program, a few years ago now, where we did a bunch of crazy shit. I did not know I was going to be confronted like that. It was very good for me back then. I ran a marathon untrained. I fought the coach of the program. That wasn't a normal thing. I just was a smart ass, and I refused to do the other exercises. And I was also too stubborn to, get knocked out, or I pushed through the pain of fracturing a rib or whatever I did, and we fought for 52 minutes without a break. Yeah, I don't know how I did that. We are coming into a time on planet Earth where I think life is going to get more complicated. Life is going to get simpler. Life is going to get more beautiful. Life is going to get more chaotic. As guys, if we have not conditioned ourselves, strengthened ourselves through challenge, through initiations, and again, pick your thing. You say, I'm going to go, you know what? Meditation feels pretty good. Great. What are you going to do? You're going to commit to meditating 30 days? Go for it. Or you know what, man, I had the 5th relationship end in the last 10 years and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I got to hire someone. I got to join a men's group. I got to do something to initiate myself into a different, deeper level of love, of strength, of finding out, man, who the fuck am I and who the fuck am I not? Where am I lying to myself where I don't even want to admit that I'm lying to myself? With modern day initiation, there can be 10s, there can be 100s. If we don't choose to put ourselves in uncomfortable situations, like mini initiations or sometimes pretty big ones, life will initiate us, or simply, much worse, we won't be prepared to rise when challenge comes up. We're the guy that's afraid, that knew, man, I knew there was something more in me. I knew I could have been here to support my family. I knew I could have made more money. I knew I could have, and I don't know, how do I quit smoking weed? And, if I stop smoking weed and get to the gym and start feeling why am I here? And it all comes with choosing to challenge yourself. If you don't choose to challenge yourself, which is hard, everything else will be much fucking harder. Choose to initiate yourself soon. Watch this video today and challenge yourself, even if it's just for a couple days. Thanks for tuning in, gents.